Hi bold bakers. In a previous video I made crazy dough. Now crazy dough is one dough that you can make so many different breads from, both sweet and savory, like cinnamon rolls and pretzels. Last week I used it to make pizza, and this week I'm going to use the exact same dough to make naan bread. So let's get baking. So we're going to start out with our dough. Now, like I said, I made it in a previous video. It is really easy to make, and all you have to do is mix it by hand. The recipe for it can be found on biggerbolderbaking.com, and make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any of my upcoming videos. So now I have my dough here ready to go, and I'm going to cut it up into 8 pieces. Now cut it up as evenly as you can. Don't worry if they're not exact. And then once they're cut, all you want to do is just roll them into little balls. A really easy way to roll dough is just to push it into the counter and let it pop back up into your hand, and that will help you get a nice round ball. Okay, so once your dough is shaped, I'm going to take a tea towel and lay it over the dough. Now the reason that we do this is because the dough needs to relax. The more relaxed it is, the easier it will be to roll out, and you want to make sure that you cover it tightly so no air gets at your dough. I'm going to let these relax for around 15 to 20 minutes. So it's been 20 minutes, my dough is nice and relaxed. So now on a lightly floured surface, you do not need too much flour. Sometimes it's actually easier to roll the less flour that you have. I'm going to take my rolling pin and I'm going to roll my naan out to around 8 inches by 8 inches. Now, if your dough starts to pull back away from you, it means that it needs a little bit more time to rest. The gluten is kind of retracting and it makes it small again. So just put another tea towel over it and let it relax if it does. Otherwise, just keep on rolling and try and get the shape of a naan bread. I know it can be kind of hard, it does take a little bit of practice. Okay, lovely, this guy is 8 by 8 inches, looking good, nice and round. He doesn't always come out round. So now next we're going to brush it with some butter. I have some garlic butter here, and all it is some fresh garlic in some melted butter. It smells delicious. It's worth it to go that extra step with the garlic. And then all I'm going to do is just brush the top of the naan bread. You want to get it all nice and coated. Now I'm going to show you the reason why we do this in a few minutes. Okay, so now we're almost there with our naan bread. Here's the great thing about it. You don't actually cook it in an oven, you cook it on the stove top. It is really easy and fast to make. So we're going to do that now. So now for the cooking, I'm going to show you the pieces of equipment that you need. Here I have a cast iron skillet. Now you can also use a frying pan, use something quite heavy. And I have it over a medium heat. Now the other thing that you're going to need is a metal bowl, not a glass bowl, a metal bowl. And this will actually steam your bread, and you're going to see that really, really soon. So this guy is important. Then the other things you need are a pair of tongs and then a palette knife so you're able to lift the bowl off safely. So we have our equipment ready to go, and here I have my naan bread. Now I've got the buttery side facing upwards. Now watch this little trick carefully. I'm very quickly going to put him butter side down onto the cast iron skillet. Then I'm going to take my hat and I'm going to put it on nice and quickly. Now what we want to do is let this cook for around 3 minutes. It will steam, it'll get lovely and bubbly, and then we'll check on it. Now if you don't have a metal bowl, don't worry about it, because you can always use like a cake tin or something like that. It just needs a little bit of height so your bread can puff up. Now I know this is kind of funny, but you would not believe how good this smells with the garlic going on the cast iron skillet. Oh, yummy, yummy, yummy. Now you probably don't know this about me, but one of my favorite cuisines is Indian food. I absolutely love it, especially like a tikka masala or something like that. And then having the naan bread to wipe it all up with. Yum. Okay, so it's been 2 minutes and I can actually hear the condensation dropping onto the skillet. Now I want you to look at this. Take a tea towel and carefully lift off the bowl or your tin and just watch all the steam come out. Wow, do you see that? That's what cooks your bread and gives it that lovely bubbly texture. Now just take your tongs and then flip it over. Look at that, absolutely gorgeous. Didn't I tell you how quick it is to make naan bread? Yummy. So on this other side, you just want to cook it again for like another 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, so I think he's done on the other side. Let's have a little peek. Oh, gorgeous. Do you see how it still gets bubbly on the other side as it cooks? Fantastic. This is looking perfect. Now we're going to take him off the heat. Now just go ahead and continue cooking off the rest of your naan bread. So the reason I wanted to make this series is because I don't want bread to be intimidating for you. It is such an easy thing to make. And make sure you check out all of the other crazy dough recipes in the playlist so you can just see all of the array of breads that you can do. I'm pretty proud of this naan bread. They are all done, and now we're going to pop them into a basket. I like to line my basket with a nice clean tea towel. Then I pop in my naan bread. Then I have some chopped cilantro here, or also known as coriander, and I'm just going to sprinkle it over the top of the naan bread. Then I just go ahead and I keep on stacking and sprinkling with some coriander. And then when they're all piled up, I like to take the corners and just cover up the bread, keep it nice and warm. It also kind of softens the naan a little bit and it keeps it really nice and toasty in there until you're ready to eat it. Now your naan bread is best eaten warm. Now I'm going to rip this open because I want you to see the texture on the inside. Look at that. You see how soft it is and where the bubbles were. This bread is absolutely gorgeous. Yummy. Oh yeah. See, this is why I love bread. It's so easy to make and it just is so great even by itself. But you know what? Try it with curries, have it with dips. You're absolutely going to love it. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. Make sure you check out all of my other crazy dough videos and I will see you back here next week for more bigger, bolder baking.